What's going on, everybody? I wanted to do a quick video that's going to help you understand what types of foods you can eat to get in more fats. It's a question I get asked a lot, especially from people who are just starting the keto diet and they see those macros numbers and they get a little bit overwhelmed thinking, how am I possibly going to eat that much fat? What am I going to do? Is it going to be disgusting? That kind of thing. So I was going to share with you some of the standard things that I always have in my house for the most part that help increase your healthy fats. And, I want to preface it by saying, especially if you're beginning, fats are important. You definitely want to have a lot of fats to get enough fuel in for your body, but don't get overwhelmed focusing on everything all at once. Start with just making sure you have a reasonable amount of calories and then pay attention to your carb intake. Lowering your carb intake is what's probably the most important if I had to pick one. And then we can work on regulating, more fats. So let me share with you a couple of things that I do on a daily basis or a weekly basis to get in enough fats. And I don't even track daily. I generally know that I'm getting the right amount of stuff at this point. So a couple of things. Let's see here. All right, we'll start with meat first. So marbly, fatty meats. Like bacon is a good one, but at the same time, you don't want to overdo it. You don't want to sit around and eat a pound of bacon. You want to be smart about it. Because again, like I said, calories are important just as much as other things are. If you're eating 4,000 calories per day, even though your macros are perfect, if weight loss is a goal, you're not going to lose weight. You're probably going to gain weight even. It is a mathematical equation when you really boil it down. So bacon is good, but don't eat bacon for every meal. Other meats like ground beef, and you can see here it's frozen, but 85-15 or 80-20, if you can find it, is better. Don't go getting the lean beef. Don't go getting turkey or chicken breast. Like go for the fattier meats, pulled pork, salmon, other fish that has fat in it. Grass-fed butter. So you can cook, your vegetables and other things in a little bit of butter or other fatty oils like coconut oil, olive oil. I've got here, I don't have any avocado oil, but that would be another one too that you could think about using as a cooking agent. Those are good. Avocados are my fave. I have those all the time. Oh, and then other oils, MCT oil is another good one. You guys, this is a super pure fuel source for your brain, and your body's actually going to turn those into ketones in your body. But it's an oil originated from the coconut. Let's see, what else? Okay, this is a secret weapon if you're snacky, but you have to be careful because the calories are important too. Macadamia nuts. You guys, if you have not tried macadamia nuts, I know a lot of people think of them and they think of like the white chocolate macadamia nut cookies. Not the same thing, but they're really buttery and delicious. And if you find the ones that are salted, oh my God, like roasted and salted. So I don't know if you can see this, but for a quarter of a cup, which isn't a lot, calories are high. They're over 200 calories, but it's 23 grams of fat. Ashley, macadamia nuts. Check this out. Can you see it? 23 grams of fat for a quarter of cup macadamia nuts. These are awesome. And I will take these and actually mix them in with like Lily's chocolate chips, like dark chocolate chips. And it's kind of like a little sweet treat. Speaking of chocolate, dark chocolate actually has a good amount of fat in it. Let me see what this says. For like one square, it's like 6 grams of fat. So that's not bad. I like the 86 the best. This one's a little too bitter for me if you're talking Ghirardelli. But another way, I put this in like yogurt and fruit sometimes, but cocoa nibs also have a good amount of fat in them. For 3 tablespoons, it's like 14 grams of fat, which is awesome. A couple more things. My arms, I should have planned this better. I'm actually holding my camera up here. I've got 2 more things to talk about, maybe 3. Cheese is one of them. I don't have any cheese out here with me, although I have it in the fridge. But cheese is good in moderation, and actually dairy in general is good in moderation. A lot of people end up having more success on keto once they cut back on dairy. If you're eating cheese in every single meal, you might want to consider cutting back to maybe once a day, although I'm a person who loves cheese and all that stuff, but cheese is another source, a good source of fat. So almond butter, this one, for 2 tablespoons is 17 grams of fat. And you know, you can tell from all these things, this isn't like you're sitting around like shoveling spoons of this stuff into your mouth. You know, you have little bits of it here and there, and it adds up to plenty on a daily basis. There are some days where I kind of even overdo it in fat, and I'm not even intentionally thinking about it. One more. I always do organic and free range eggs. So these guys, I mean, and this is a lot of people, you know, when you're trained to think of fat is bad, you should go with egg white omelets, you know, that kind of thing. You're really trying to retrain your brain to eat those healthy fats, because that's what's fueling your body. All these problems that you hear about from people eating a lot of fat or saturated fats like margarine and that kind of stuff, it's bad when you're combining high carb and high fat. That's when you start seeing some of these medical problems. When you take that carb, that fuel source out, your body uses that fat for its fuel, and it's not turning into all these like high cholesterol, high blood pressure situations. So it's just a little bit different than what you're used to thinking. So eggs, you want the whole egg, you know, the yolk and everything. It looks like for 1 egg, it's 5 grams of fat, but if you have, you know, 2 or 3 eggs for breakfast, or, you know, some egg salad or something, all really good sources of fat. So these are the things that I think about when I think healthy fats. These are the things that some combination of these I have in my house at any given point. And you definitely don't want to sit around and just think of ways to eat stuff just for the sake of eating enough fat. Eat when you're hungry and make smart choices, but just don't overthink it. If you're just getting started, and I know a lot of you guys are, or aren't even started yet, you're just kind of thinking about it. Just keep that in mind. Don't overthink it. Keep it simple, and just, you know, start by focusing on removing some of those starches and carbs and like heavy processed sugars from your diet, and the rest will kind of fall into suit. Let me know if you have any questions or want ideas on how to use some of these things. All these are normal foods. There's nothing funky. You don't have to shop at a weird grocery store to find them. Everything you have here, everything I have here, I bought at Lidl or at like Food Lion or somewhere. So not complicated to purchase, not expensive to purchase. You guys should be good to go. All right, I hope you enjoyed, and let me know in the comments below if you have other ideas for really healthy fat foods that I didn't include in the video. See you guys later.